Welcome to your Daily 5 for Wednesday, May 24th, 2023. I was recently very fortunate that somebody, a friend of the show, shared an invite to the social media network Bluesky, which is, currently one of the ones that a lot of people are flocking to in the kind of ongoing search for a replacement for Twitter. Now, I won't say who this was, but I was very appreciative of it, but I don't want this person to get flooded with requests because there are a lot of people looking for invites to this thing. And so I signed up for it, got into it, because I had read that it was, and I'd seen some screenshots, and it looked like it was really similar to Twitter. And as soon as I finished signing up and got into it, it is extraordinarily similar to Twitter. And I mean, similar in a way where I would imagine if this thing gains enough traction and actually begins to impact Twitter, I will not be shocked whatsoever if Musk starts threatening lawsuits over, being copied or whatever nonsense he'll come up with next. And honestly, the lack of Elon Musk being attached, at least in any way that we know of, to Bluesky is probably the biggest draw for me. And I think for a lot of people, they just don't want to be on a platform if they don't have to with this person running it, this individual. And I also think that there has been definitely a change in tone on Twitter. Now, I don't see a lot of the worst stuff because I'm not somebody who's in a targeted group. I'm a straight white male. So most people aren't coming after me. At least in general, not much. I'm not seeing it somehow. So I don't see a lot of the worst of what happens on Twitter to begin with. Also, I block people very liberally. Anytime I see anything, I'm like, just block all day, up, down, left, right. I don't care. Block. I don't think I've ever blocked someone where I thought, I made a mistake later or was missing their content. I was fine not knowing what these people were saying. But the thing that I have realized, and this is the one thing about Twitter that is going to be the toughest to replicate anywhere else, are the communities that people who are not megastars have built. Now, obviously, if you're Tom Cruise or Depeche Mode or Alex Ross or Stephen King, if you go someplace else, you are pretty guaranteed to have a large segment of people that are going to follow you because those people command attention and they command a lot of loyalty in a way that most ordinary people never will. So obviously it's easy for one of them to say, I'm quitting Twitter and just log off, delete their account and go somewhere else. And that could be the same for journalists. Lots of people have enough of a following that when they leave, they can rest pretty assuredly that they can rest assured that it's highly likely, that was bad English, that a large contingent of their population of followers will follow them to wherever they go. Whereas, honestly, I don't know if I even have 200 followers. I haven't looked because I don't really care. And I don't think I even follow 150 people because I don't promote anything. I don't pay for promotion. I don't run bots. I don't follow accounts that have nothing to say. I try to actually follow accounts where there are people that I interact with, or there are people whose work I want to boost as much as I can, which is minimal. And most of the people I'm pretty sure who follow me are actual human beings that I interact with here and there. Not every day. I don't have long threads of discussions with the same people all the time. But I do tend to look at people's work and say, this is really nice, and try to get people to see it. Or, comment on things, actually read what they say, not just like it or retweet it or whatever. And so that's a very organic community. And that's going to be tough for me to replicate somewhere else unless all these people move to that platform. And we still really don't know what the next platform, if there is going to be one that will replace Twitter, is going to be. It may be something completely out of left field. Bluesky, as of next month, could be completely dead and nobody will be on it. And then this will all be for nothing. So most people, I think, are waiting to see if there is something that seems like a significantly better option to Twitter. And in that way, when people say, Bluesky is just another Twitter, I understand what some of those people are saying is, why would I go to this when it doesn't seem all that different from this? And there's no guarantee that a year from now, some other sociopathic scumbag is going to buy Bluesky and run it into the ground. Well, there is no guarantee. It could very well happen, although it's not exactly the same as Twitter, but you really can't count on anything. So I get why some people say that. But at the same time, just from the brief interactions I've had on there, it's nice. There isn't the sadness that there is on Twitter, because a lot of people that, even though they're not posting necessarily toxic content, you can feel that there is a sense that Twitter is like a parent that's got dementia, and you just know that at some point this thing is going to devolve into a really painful situation. And Bluesky, at least for right now, doesn't have that. And that may be fleeting. It may not last, but it's nice to enjoy it for now, so I'm going to enjoy it as long as I can. Later.